Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Preston Endress. One person who was injured during a shootout that took place Sunday night at the Hilltop Apartments in Edwardsville is facing charges. Around 8:30 p.m. Sunday night, officers responded to a reported gunshot victim at the Hilltop Apartment complex in Edwardsville. Police say after arriving on the scene that 18-year-old Tamir Dashawn Green of Kingston was injured and was also involved in the shootout. He is charged with carrying a firearm without a license and possession of marijuana. Magisterial District Judge Brian J. Tupper arraigned Green on the charges Monday morning. His bail is set at $150,000. Green is being held at the Luzerne County Correctional Facility. A preliminary hearing is scheduled for November 18th. In relation to the Edwardsville shooting, police have charged 58-year-old Jemsetta Carter with various drug offenses. While investigating the shooting, officers spotted Carter ducked down inside of a car in front of the shooting location. When they searched the car and Carter, they found a bag containing 20 grams of crack cocaine in her pocket. Carter was already wanted on 2 other warrants. As discussed on last week's Community and You, Friday indeed did have a night of fun and creativity. On Friday, November 7th at the Hayden Family Center of the Arts, the Hazleton Art League hosted an exhibition for artist Reese Siegfried. The exhibition was named Clowntown, not because of literal clowns, but for fitting the fun theme and spirit of Siegfried's work. We spoke once again with Hazleton Art League director Mark Peterson about the pizzazz that the featured artist brought to life.
This has been an amazing event. The artist, Reese Siegfried, has really brought something special to the Hazleton Art League. One of the things that I like to do is explore contemporary art, and having Reese come here with the artwork that is on display here is absolutely phenomenal.
Peterson also mentioned the true benefit of the night's event.
Well, the best part for me has been meeting all the people who came to the Art League to see the art. However, having this opportunity to challenge people's perception of what is art, not having necessarily two-dimensional artwork hanging on the walls, but having things that are crafted, things that tell a story, having something that challenges our perception of what art is and how it interacts with people, those are the things that I really enjoy.
Pieces of Reese Siegfried's art include cute animals and funny displays, all that she was proud to show for those passionate about art. A new fancy eatery has opened up right in between Terrace Plaza and City View Park. The Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce was proud to have a ribbon cutting for Carver's Reserve, which is considered Hazleton's newest dining experience. Many were excited for the opening of the new establishment, including State Representative Dane Watrow and Hazleton Mayor Jeff Cassat. We spoke with Chamber President Mary Malone on what the place has to offer.
So we're really excited. Today we did the ribbon cutting for the Carver's Reserve, Hazleton's new finest dining experience located at 695 South Poplar Street. They've got a huge bar area, a great wine list, and decadent and delicious food, specializing in steaks and seafood.
Malone also talked about the remarkable effort that went into the place's production.
So it's really been fun to see the property that many people locally would have formerly known as Quality Beverage. And it's probably been a good 10 months in the planning and development stages, and more to come, with an outdoor seating area and a cigar bar as well in the end.
The Chamber admires the people for coming together and enjoying a big piece of work, all for benefiting a great community. Malone encourages everyone to come check out Carver's.
It was so exciting to see yet another family-owned business in that tradition. Fantastic food and lots of fun. So there's lots of excitement, and we invite the public to come out and enjoy the Carver's Reserve, which will be open next Wednesday, and it's open Wednesday through Sunday.
Coming up on WYLN News, police have arrested the man accused of shooting a 16-year-old in Bloomsburg. Plus, tomorrow is Veterans Day, and many businesses around the area have special deals for veterans. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the WYLN Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
Brought to you by Lehigh Valley Health Network, part of Jefferson Health. If you were saved by the bell and made epic mixtapes, it's time for a mammogram. Screenings help find breast cancer early when it's more treatable. Schedule today at lvhn.org/mammo.
My name is Andy, and tomorrow it's going to be snowy.
We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts, just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today.
When emergency strikes, trust your care to the all-new ER at Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton. With a facility that's now twice the size. Experienced nurses who see you right away. A quick assessment process makes sure you get the care you need. Advanced technology on site. Safe, private treatment rooms, and a peace of mind that only this level of care can bring. When it matters most, trust your partner in emergency care. Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton.
If you're looking for an affordable pre-owned car or truck, Cher's Auto Sales has a great lineup of clean, dependable, and quality vehicles. Stop in at 610 North Broad Street in West Hazleton, 570-454-7229. Cher's is proud to be celebrating 70 years in business. It's the 47th Annual American Cancer Society Greater Hazleton Unit Telethon, fighting every cancer for every life. Join us Saturday, November 15th from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. at the Pennsylvania Theater of Performing Arts in Hazleton, or watch us live on WYLN TV 35. Tune in for all the entertainment, and please make a pledge Saturday, November 15th for the 47th Annual American Cancer Society Telethon.
This week on Let's Talk Chiropractic, Grace Ann is back with us again to talk about the 12-step program. We've all heard about it, but most people are discharged after 4 or 5 steps. Let's talk about the full 12-step program to change and break addiction, to give you freedom in your life.
Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve, 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969.
Welcome back to WYLN News. Bloomsburg police have announced that 19-year-old Central Columbia student Samuel Charles Evans has been charged in connection with the November 1st Bloomsburg shooting that injured a 16-year-old. With assistance from the U.S. Marshals Task Force, Evans was taken into custody at his residence in Mahanoy City. Evans is being hit with a list of charges that include attempted criminal homicide, recklessly endangering another person, terroristic threats with intent to terrorize another, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, possession of a weapon, and firearms not to be carried without a license. Evans is currently being held in Columbia County Prison prior to his November 19th preliminary hearing. His bail is set to $500,000. The Bloomsburg Police Department would like to thank all businesses and residents who provided tips and videos in making the arrest. Tomorrow is Veterans Day, the annual holiday to honor those who have served in the military. The federal holiday is linked to the end of World War I, but wasn't officially called Veterans Day until 1954. Because it's a federal holiday, many government-related offices and schools will be closed on November 11th every year, but other businesses remain open and have discounts and freebie to veterans as a way of showing thanks. Here are some of the places near the area. In Applebee's, veterans and active duty personnel can receive a free meal from a select menu by dining in at participating locations. Chipotle is offering active military and veterans a free entry if they order one entry between 4 o'clock and 8 o'clock p.m. A valid military ID must be shown to get the deal. In Cracker Barrel, veterans and active duty military can get a sunrise pancake special in store. And finally, Denny's is offering active and retired military personnel a free original graham sandwich which will be valid from 5 o'clock a.m. to noon. Veterans can find more discounts and freebies on restaurants and businesses near you. On Tuesday, November 4th, police received a report of mail theft and check fraud. A rent check was stolen from a collection box inside a USPS office in Wilkes-Barre. The victim had placed a rent check of $1,200 addressed to her landlord into the mail collection box on South Main Street. However, the victim's landlord claimed that the check was never received, according to the police. When the victim called her bank, the bank confirmed that the check had been cashed. Police confirmed that the stolen check had been altered as the investigation is still ongoing. The Hazleton Area School District security workers have agreed to a 5-year contract on 5% annual raises on starting raises that currently range from $13 to $16.25 an hour. The agreement was approved on October 23rd by the school board, which covers 35 security officers and monitors in Local 506 of International Union. 14 of the officers work full-time while 21 of them work part-time. In the contract with Local 506, starting wages rise 25 cents an hour each year for all workers. The starting hourly wages are $16.25 for full-time security officers, $16 for seasonal officers, $15 for part-time officers, $13 for security monitors, and $13 for roving patrol officers. The school board also approved 5-year contracts with administrators, police groups, and teachers. Coming up on Wilkes-Barre's News Choice, we check in with Luzerne County Manager Imelda Crocomo on Crocomo's County Report. Plus, Wyln historian Chris Fulmer takes us down the path through history with Shamokin Part 1. And stay right here on Wyln. We'll be right back.
Hey, it's Justin from Grand Central, and our trained sleep professionals are here to help you sleep like never before. With an extensive line of Sealy and Stearns & Foster mattresses, we are sure to find you the right mattress at the right price. Free delivery and removal, interest-free financing for up to 60 months, and same or next day delivery on select models.
And don't forget, everyday low prices. Stop in to one of our 2 locations, Route 93 in Escapec,
or downtown Hazleton,
and see why Northeast and Central Pennsylvania sleeps better with Grand Central.
For a better customer experience, visit Fairway Subaru in Hazleton. Fairway Subaru has been providing generations of customers with Subarus. With exceptional customer service they've come to expect. Check out our selection in person or at fairwaysubaru.com. Fairway Subaru, the right car, the right price, the right dealer.
When you bundle home and auto, life can be easier. You choose coverage that makes sense for you, at a price that's right for you, and a local State Farm agent who's there for you.
Call State Farm agent Pete Kasalika in the greater Hazleton area today.
Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about checking out a restaurant with a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we are featuring on Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. So, spend some time learning about great wine, great beer, and great food on Wyln TV 35.
Welcome to another edition of Crocomo's County Report. Today, I'm really pleased to have with me Nick Vogt, who is our project manager, and Nick is in the operations department. How are you today, Nick?
Good, how are you?
Good, good. Nick and I have been on the road meeting with municipalities to see if we can form some agreement to do projects together. And Nick, why don't you tell the audience about that?
Yep, so we've been on a whirlwind tour of the county so far, trying to visit each municipality, going over their hardships, our hardships, where we can combine our forces, maybe with projects or help with maintenance or stuff like that. So it's been good to meet everyone, put faces to names, and work out issues we're both having and moving forward.
Right, and it really is a very good exercise, even for us, just to get face-to-face time with our municipalities, and money's tight all around, and if we can do joint ventures and reduce costs and provide better services, that's the way to go. So Nick, you are oversee and in charge of making sure our projects go. So why don't you tell the audience how much we devoted to road and bridge projects?
Sure. So summer 2025, we had just over $3.1 million out for improvements on road and bridge projects. 2026 is going to be a huge year. We have over $15 million in funding set aside for projects next year, and I have a list right here.
Sure, go down it.
We have the Sweet Valley Road paving, that's 2 miles worth of road for $1.5 million. We had the Broadway bike lanes in Ross Township, that is $1.1 million and just over a mile. We also have the Main Road pavement project, that's $2.5 million and over 2 miles being paved. We also had the Lower Demuns in Dallas, 2 miles, very needed. And all of these are grant funds. There's very little that are going to be coming out of the taxpayers' monies.
So, and why don't you explain to the audience that we just can't pick up the phone and say we're fixing a road or a bridge, right? What do we have to go through?
Well, there's a huge process based on the monies that are obtained for the project and who you're working with. So if it's a PennDOT project, there are a lot of surveys, environmental surveys, historical surveys, especially with bridges. And then you have to meet all the grant requirements. So there's certain requirements you have to meet for each grant. The money comes from these grants. You have to abide by their requirements.
So there's a lot that goes into when the county or even any entity is doing a road and a bridge. We are actually also planning for 2027 right now, correct?
Yes, correct.
So, and we own how many miles of roads?
120 miles of road.
And how many bridges?
308.
So we're committed to repair what needs to be repaired. We can't do it all at one time, but we're also committed to maintain what we have.
Absolutely.
And how many buildings do we have?
We have 36 buildings in the county.
Right, and that includes our courthouse.
That's correct.
And we have some pretty old buildings that need some tender, loving care. So you're in charge of those projects, correct?
That's correct. Right. One big one we have going on right now is the HVAC chiller project. Penn Place was finished in the summer, and the courthouse will be going under repair in November. So
right, and that actually, by getting a new improved in the correct HVAC system, right?
Yes.
That'll create more efficiencies, correct?
We will see savings on the electricity side. The former chiller was actually way too big for the courthouse, so this one's brought down to size. It will work more efficiently, and we should see savings on the electric side. Okay,
well, I want to thank you, Nick. Nick is always there when I call with issues, and very happy that we have him on board. He's organized the whole department, and he's making sure we get our projects done on time and
under budget.
We are committed to not have any change orders. Obviously, sometimes you need to have them, but how many have we had in the last year?
We've had 3. 2 were negative.
Right.
Meaning the county got money back, and then one was for like $600.
Right.
And was needed.
Right. So we're committed to do that. Nick is overseeing that and doing a great job.
Thank you.
I want to thank Nick for being here. He'll be back as the projects progress. And I want everyone who is watching to enjoy the fall foliage and be safe.
It's cold out there. Call S.J. Kowalski for the best products and solutions to help lower your energy costs and keep your family safe and comfortable this winter. Our professional team has unparalleled experience with all the latest innovative types of heating systems. We're a Lennox premier dealer, installing high-quality equipment, providing the ultimate experience in comfort and climate control while being energy efficient. S.J. Kowalski, heating and cooling the way the earth intended.
Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve, 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969.
And tomorrow it's going to be snowing.
Coal was a part of Shamokin's legacy from the very beginning. Its roots can be traced to coal speculators John Boyd and Ziba Bird, who found the community in 1835 while searching for anthracite in the area. Coal was first discovered in Shamokin Creek between what today is Spursheim and Clay Streets. Boyd mined 50 tons from the creek, loaded them into horse-drawn wagons, and transported to his farm near Danville, where it was loaded onto barges for transportation down the Susquehanna River to market in Columbia, Lancaster County. His and Bird's community originally went by the names Boydstone Quarry, Boydtown, and Newtown, but was eventually given the name Shamokin, derived from the Delaware tribal word shamunkink, meaning Eel Creek. The name had previously been given to the community of Sunbury, 17 miles to the west. Coal mining in Shamokin's lower gap area began in 1836, although it would be 1857 before the first colliery would be built. Known as the Cameron Colliery, it burned down in a fire in 1888, was rebuilt, reopened in 1890, subsequently renamed the Glenburn Colliery. It operated for 134 years, employed over 1,400 people at its peak, and pulled approximately 33.4 million tons of coal from the earth. Glenburn also operated as a tourist attraction after its closure from 1968 to 1977 and had the largest man-made coal bank in the world. The Glenburn Colliery was dismantled in 2000. Other collieries that operate over the years near Shamokin include the Henry Clay Colliery, in use from 1849 to 1933, the Bear Valley Colliery, operational from 1864 to 1939, and the Burnside Colliery, which processed coal from 1862 to 1935. Once mining began Shamokin, the town started growing. The first store was opened in 1838 by brother-in-laws Jehu John and Elif Houseworth. Dr. Joseph Robbins would be the first doctor in town, and St. Edward's Catholic Church, also opened in 1838, would be the first house of worship for Shamokin residents. Iron manufacturing would also be a notable business in Shamokin in the community's early years. John Boyd and Ziba Bird would themselves open the Shamokin Iron Works in 1838. It was originally used to make stoves and hollowware. Other owners operated the foundry over the ensuing decades, which would later make steam engines. The Industrial Iron Works also pumped out materials in Shamokin. Owned for many years by William Brown, it made boilers, pumps, engines, and other mining equipment. Shamokin's sons would volunteer for Civil War service once the conflict broke out in 1861. Among them was George H. Cram, who had been born in town in 1838. A merchant before the war, Cram would be assigned to the Western Theater of Battle. He was wounded at Shiloh, but recovered, and soon be promoted to lieutenant colonel. He fought at this rank at Perryville, a battle that effectively captured Kentucky for the Union, and then at Stones River, otherwise known as the Battle of Murfreesboro by the Confederacy, where he was wounded a second time. Promoted to colonel of the 9th Kentucky in March 1863, he commanded the unit at Chickamauga and Chattanooga, where he was wounded a third time during the Union assault on Missionary Ridge, and then to the campaign to capture Atlanta. Cram would be promoted to brigadier general by the war's end, and after the conflict he would serve in Galveston and then Nebraska. George Cram died in 1872. Another Shamokin native made his name in the war's Eastern Theater at Petersburg. Sergeant Henry Reese served in Company F of the 48th Pennsylvania under the command of Colonel Henry Pleasants. It was Pleasants' idea to dig a mine underneath the Confederate position and load it with explosives, hopefully then blowing a massive hole in the southern position. When the fuse was lit on the morning of July 30th, 1864, nothing happened at first, however. Reese and Lieutenant Jacob Doughty volunteered to go into the mine and check, and they subsequently found the fuse had burned out at a splice point. They relit it and ran out as fast as they could, reaching the mine's exit seconds before the gunpowder exploded. While the subsequent Union attack in the Battle of the Crater would be a failure, Reese's heroism in relaying the fuse would earn him plaudits. After the war, he would be Shamokin's first police chief and served 2 terms as mayor. He also ran a hotel in Shamokin that was visited once by Wild Bill Hickok. Henry Reese died in 1893 and rests today in Shamokin Cemetery. Railroads started to spread across America in the mid-1800s. In Shamokin, the Danville and Pottsville Railroad would reach town in 1854. It would eventually be bought out by the Lehigh Valley Railroad under the umbrella of its subsidiary, the North Central Railroad. Later, the Philadelphia and Reading Railroad would also run through Shamokin, as too would the Pennsylvania Railroad. Soon all the line's tracks would reach far into Pennsylvania and beyond, taking Shamokin's coal to consumers. And it would be the railroads that would bring Shamokin into the national spotlight in 1877 as waves of strikes swept across America. The unrest began in Martinsburg, West Virginia on July 14, 1877, triggered by national railroad czars cutting their workers' wages by 10% or more. In the Shamokin area, Philadelphia and Reading President Franklin Gowen, infamous for his efforts to break the alleged Molly Maguires, had joined in his contemporaries' crusade, lowering his employees' wages by as much as 15% and firing any rail workers that went on strike. Despite the drop in wages, he and other railroad executives reaped the benefits of higher profits, even in the middle of a steep recession. Thus, conditions were ripe for an explosion in Shamokin. And on July 24th, things would come to a head in the town, beginning with a strike declared by miners at Big Mountain Colliery, some of whom had not eaten well in 3 weeks. The ranks swelled by the following afternoon when a large crowd made a demand for either work or food at Union Hall and Rock Street. A committee was appointed from among the crowd to bargain with town council, who agreed to give them street work for $1 a day. When the committee returned with the offer, however, the crowd rejected it. From there, they marched down to the P&R Railroad station on Independence and Shamokin streets, where they smashed the station's windows and emptied the building and freight cars packed outside of everything valuable. Panicked, Mayor William Doughty, himself a mine owner, raised a citizens' militia and moved to head off the rioters. They ordered the crowd to disperse, and when the rioters refused, the militia opened fire on them, wounding 12 marchers and killing 2 innocent bystanders. The mayoral militia retook control of the railroad station, although the rioters tore up the tracks outside town as they retreated. In the aftermath of what became known as the Shamokin Uprising, several of the mob's leaders would be tried for rioting and receive prison sentences, lasting several months. The Great Railroad Strike would be crushed by force elsewhere across the nation in the subsequent weeks as well, delivering organized labor a harsh setback for the time.
My name is Andy, and tomorrow it's going to be snowy.
You're watching WYLN TV 35.